Stations Bible Time!
Hello and welcome to Action Stations Bible Time. Yeah, welcome. Hello Gregory. Alright David, it's nice to be here. I'm not sure if you've done Action Stations Bible Time before, but thank you for inviting me. Maynard says it's great fun. Well, Maynard usually has a good time and we enjoy Maynard being with us, so it's nice to have you, Gregory. Yeah, and today we're talking about stories. Stories, but not any old story. Stories that Jesus told. And we're going to have a little series with some of the stories that Jesus told. Perhaps you know some of them, boys and girls. Yeah, maybe you do already. That'd be good. We like telling stories, don't we, David? Yeah, stories are great, aren't they? Maybe you have stories at home. You like reading books, which are about stories, which are storybooks. And stories are fun. Yeah, they're great fun, like things like Harry Potter. Yeah, books like that, or books about caterpillars or something like that. Yeah. Oh, that's something else we can do with stories. We can learn things. Yeah, we can learn things, can't we? Usually stories are made up things, but sometimes a story can be about history or something. You can learn something from them. So, stories good. Yeah. Yes. And we're talking about stories that Jesus told. So, are they fun? And can we learn from them? Are they fun? Well, I think actually if you'd have been there when Jesus was alive all those years ago, you would have enjoyed his stories. Aha! And what about learning from them? That was the whole point of Jesus telling stories, that we would learn from them, that the people listening would learn more about God, more about Jesus, and how about being God's friends and knowing God. Aha! So fun, but actually about learning about God. That's what Christians believe, and that's what's in the Bible. Oh, great. So, David, what's the story today? Well, the story today is about two builders. Aha! Do you know, I know a builder. You know a builder? Who's that? Yeah, Robert the builder. Robert the builder. Aha! Here he is. Hello, boys and girls. Great to see you. My name's Robert. I'm Robert, and I'm a builder. And I'm here outside St Lawrence Church. As you know, the windows all finished last year, long time ago, still looking beautiful, lovely. But I'm here to tell you about some other things that have been going on. I'm just here in the churchyard, actually. So I hope you didn't miss it, but over Easter we had the Easter Story Egg Trail, the egg hunt. That was so cool. Actually, do you know what? We haven't taken the signs away yet. They'll be going in a few days. But you can still do it if you want to. Just come in the churchyard entrance, scan that first sign on your grown-up's phone and follow the trail. Listen to the videos, have fun. I'm afraid there's no goodie bag at the end. We gave out 70 goodie bags to children. I hope you got one. No more goodie bags, I'm afraid, but for the next few days the trail is still there. So do join in with that. Anyway, maybe we'll do it again another time. Who knows? But I can tell you two things that are happening. One, Kids Club. Well, still only on video, so it's on YouTube. Look at our YouTube channel. Just search for St Lawrence Church Morden and you'll find our YouTube channel, and the Kids Club's there, and Claire is doing that. That's one thing. Here's another. Coming up on Sunday, this Sunday, May the 2nd, we're going to be here in the churchyard in the open air at 10:30 for our service. And that way, lots of people can come and join in with all the COVID stuff and be safe, and we can sing and join in together. So if you want to be part of that, you'd be very welcome. We'd love to see you, with or without your grown-ups. Toddle along if you'd like to, this Sunday, 10:30. Well, I've been Robert the Builder. It's been good to see you. Bye-bye, boys and girls. Well, thank you very much, Robert. Very helpful. Let's look at our story that Jesus told about two builders. It's in the Bible. It's in a book called Matthew's Gospel. Do you remember the names of the Gospels? I've told you this before. 4 Gospel books which are all about what Jesus did when he was here on earth. They are Matthew, another one beginning with M. They're all boys' names. Mark, one beginning with L. Luke, and a J for the last one. John, Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. And this is Matthew's book, and it's chapter 7, and it begins at verse 24. Jesus says. So then, anyone who hears these words of mine and obeys them is like a wise man who built his house on rock. The rain poured down, the rivers overflowed, and the wind blew hard against that house. But it did not fall because it was built on rock. But anyone who hears these words of mine and does not obey them is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain poured down, the rivers overflowed, the wind blew hard against that house, and it fell. And what a terrible fall that was. Well, I wonder what that story is about. We'll think about that later on. Jesus actually tells us what it's about during the story. But what we'll do is we'll do the story again, and this time I want you to try and act it out with me, okay? So you need a little bit of a space. You might want to stand up for this if you've got room. I'm sure you've got room because you're all socially distanced, aren't you? So let's stand up for this. And we won't make any sounds, we'll just act out the bits in the story. So, it starts like this. Jesus says, so then anyone who hears these words of mine and obeys them is like a wise man. I was thinking about wise man. I think probably we stand like this to be a wise man. Who built his house on rock. The rain poured down. The rivers overflowed. And the wind blew hard against that house. Now, I've thought about this one. And I think what we do is we're going to bend over as if we're being blown by the wind, okay? But it did not fall because it was built on rock. But anyone who hears these words of mine and does not obey them is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain poured down, the rivers overflowed, the wind blew hard against that house, and it fell. And what a terrible fall that was. Great. Well done for those actions. Well, what's it all about? To help us think about that, we're going to play Pictionary. So, I've got some pictures. I'm going to draw them there. And you've got to guess what they are. Okay? So, here we go. Here's the first one. And we've got a person's head and something coming out of their mouth. And in that thing coming out of their mouth, there's some wiggles. What am I drawing, you think? What's the story about? About Jesus, maybe that's the person. And something coming out of Jesus' mouth? His words. Anyone who hears these words of mine, he said. Yeah? So this is Jesus' words. First one done. Did you get it? Well done. Okay. I think you've worked out that my drawing isn't very good. But hey, never mind. Here's the next one. Okay, I think this is relatively easy, this one. Fairly straightforward. What did the first builder build on? He built on rock. Did you get that? Wave a hand if you got it. Great, well done. Okay, next one coming up, and I think you can probably guess. You can probably guess what this next one is anyway, can't you? Yes, it is. It's sand. Put your hand up if you got that. Thumbs up. Very good. So we've got Jesus' words, and we've got rock and sand. And in one of the builders built on rock, and one built on sand. Now, if you were building a house, which would you choose, rock or sand? Maybe you don't know much about building a house, but let's think about it. If you're going to blow on something, suppose you blew on some rock, and then you blew on some sand. what would happen? The sand would blow away, wouldn't it? The rock would still be there. I'd build on rock, wouldn't you? That would be the sensible thing to do. Yeah? Bit daft to build on sand. Okay, next picture. Here we go. Ah, lots of it. Coming out from the top of the picture down to the bottom. Maybe it's the sky. Maybe it being blue makes a difference. What have I drawn? Yes, it's rain. Wave a hand if you got that. Very good. It's rain, isn't it? Because in the story, both the builders, both the houses, it rained and the rivers overflowed and the wind blew. Now, what happened to each of those houses? Let's have a look at this picture, see what this is. I'm not very good at drawing this. I struggle to think how to draw this very well, but this is my version of, what do you think? What do you think is my version of? Yeah, this is my version of the house that's fallen down. Yeah? Did you work that out? We just guess he must be drawing that because he's got to draw it sometime. Well done if you got it. Wave a hand. Excellent. And one last picture. Here we go. Fairly obvious? I think so. What do you think that is? Yeah, that is the house that stood firm. Get it? Excellent. Well, how many did you get? Did you get all of them? Did you get none of them? I wonder how well you did. So, what's it all about? This story with the two builders and the two ways they built their houses. Oh, hello Gregory, you're back. Hello David. Yeah, you're drawing well. That was something to see. It was something to see, that's certainly true. So what's it all about? Why did Jesus tell this story about the two builders and the two houses and one that fell down? Well, you think of it, David, it's not very clever to build your house on a sandy place. No, it isn't very clever, is it? Because you think about rock and sand, they're very different. So rock is very firm and hard and strong. And sand, yeah, sand just blows away. Oh, just think when you build a sand castle. Has anyone built a sand castle? Or maybe you've made it even more than a sand castle. Maybe you've made a whole fort, some whole town on the sand or something. There's lots of things you can build in sand. It's great, isn't it? When you go to the seaside, to the beach. Yeah. And you go back the next day. And what's it look like the next day? It's all sort of, maybe it's blown away. And it's all gone very soft. Or maybe the sea has come in completely. And it's not even there anymore. Not even a mark to show that amazing masterpiece you made the day before. Yeah, that's what sand is like. But if you were to build something on rock, it would stay. That's the idea. So it's a picture of how people listen to Jesus. Yeah, this is what Christians will need, David. If we listen to Jesus and actually do it, that's a good idea. That's sensible. Yeah, that's wise. But if we listen to Jesus and just ignore it, that's not very clever. Yeah, and there's lots of people do that, David. Yeah, but Jesus wants us to actually listen to what he's saying because it's great and do something about it. Oh, yeah, very like building your house on the rock. It's a sensible thing to do. That's the idea. Yeah, do you know, I think there's a song, David, you did about on the rock. Yeah, you're right. We'll do some actions to it, shall we? Yeah, I will, you will, I won't. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Gregory.
On the rock, rock, rock. On the rock, rock, rock. On the rock, rock, rock. Let's build on the rock. Jesus' words are great, so we just can't wait to hear some more today. The Bible tells us what he says. On the rock, rock, rock. On the rock, rock, rock. On the rock, rock, rock. Let's build on the rock. Don't be like the man who built his house on sand. That's like like someone who hears Jesus' word but doesn't do. On the rock, 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 on the rock, 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 on the rock, 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 let's build on the rock. Let's be like the man who built on rock, not sand. What does Jesus say? Let's believe and know his way. On the rock, 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 on the rock, 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 on the rock, 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 let's build on the rock.
Well, thank you for joining in with Action Station's Bible Time today. We've been thinking about one of the stories that Jesus told, and this story was about two builders. And the point is that one of the builders was wise and the other one wasn't. He wasn't clever, he was silly. And Jesus says, and this is what Christians believe, and you can think about it, see what you think. Jesus says if we listen to what he's got to say, and we can find out about that from the Bible, if we listen to what Jesus has got to say and we do it, that's wise. But if we listen and we just don't bother about it, that's just a bit daft. It's been great doing a video for you guys. I look forward to the time when maybe sometime soon I might actually be able to come in and see you. Who knows? But until then, take care and do join in with the things that Robert the Builder mentioned about what we're doing at St. Lawrence. See ya. Bye.
Action Station's Bible Time.